Go.
Satnam, everybody.
Satnam.
Satnam, I think I cut off a conversation. What's going on?
Aloha.
What?
Aloha, I heard that.
Aloha. It's just I have a little cold going on, so.
Oh. Okay. So we have Suzanne here.
Right, very good.
Hmm? Yeah.
Good
and Ranbir.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, good. Welcome, dears. I'm going to be in LA in a couple of weeks.
Yes, can't wait. We're preparing for the downpour right now. A downpour, really? Yeah, finally we are getting 2 storms back to back, and we're supposed to get up to 4 inches of rain in the foothills.
It's about time out there.
Yes.
Mhm.
Great.
Oh my God! Somebody has been doing their rain dance. This is wonderful.
I do have a drum circle friends that have been doing drumming. So.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
We've had meditations out here for rain. So how wonderful! I'm happy for you. I'm bringing my umbrella.
Yes. Cold today. Cold, windy, and cloudy.
Wow, you're finally getting some winter. Okay, now who else is here?
Yeah.
Oh, Guru Radhi, welcome. Welcome, dear.
Thank you.
And who else was talking up at the same time?
Harimander.
Oh, hi, Harimander. How is it there in Alaska today?
It's cold and sunny. It's been sunny for weeks, it seems like. It's been lots of auroras.
No kidding. How unusual.
Yeah.
Yes?
Yes, very.
Wow. Well, good to have you.
Thank you.
Who else is here? Oh,
Siri and Juno.
Yes.
Okay, Sadanam. And was the other one Carolyn Juno?
Jerry and Juno.
Oh, Jerry and Juno.
Yeah.
Good. Welcome. Okay, and who else is here?
Atma girl.
Oh, she made it today. Welcome, dear.
Satnam.
Satnam.
Satnam. And who else is here? Anybody else?
Carol from Juneau.
Oh, okay. So we've got 3 of you from Juneau. Okay, great. And who else? There's a kind of funny noise going on in the background. So just be aware. Okay, who else is here? Anybody else? Okay. So let's just get started. Does anybody have anything they want to say before we get started? Okay, well, let's go. Please begin long, deep breathing. Okay, it sounds like somebody's walking around with her telephone. Okay, so just be aware we can hear it. So please begin with long, deep breath. Good. Long, deep breath, and let it take you into your meditative condition. Just relax. Relax in your meditation. Spine is straight.
I'm not going to be here. No.
Hello?
Rahmani and Tomas are here.
Okay, welcome.
Thank you.
We have begun long, deep breathing.
Oh, okay.
That's it, long, deep breathing. Relaxing in your third eye point. Good. And now realize what we're tuning into. We are tuning into the very extraordinary energy of the cosmos, of the creation, of the Creator, of the golden chain of teachers. Be very aware. As you do long, deep breathing, and inhale to begin. Om Namo Gurudev Namo. Join me, please. Om Namo Gurudev Namo. Om Namo Gurudev Namo. Ankare Namah, Chudakare Namah, Sakare Namah, Siri Gurudev Namah. Ankare Namah, Chudakare Namah, Sakare Namah, Siri Gurudev Namah. Akare Namah, Chudakare Namah, Sakare Namah, Siri Gurudev Namah. Long deep breath. That's it. Long deep breath. And now please begin heart breath, which means long deep breath from the belly through the nose. And on the exhale, feel as though the air is coming out of your heart center. Keep up that beautiful breath, please. That's it. Good. And now please send all of your beautiful healing breaths to each other and receive it from each other. This includes those who are on the recording, because in this arena there is no obstruction of time or space. It's beyond that. Good. And now, with this huge ball of energy, please first send it to your own intention.
Feel the meditation.
Good. And now, will you please send this beautiful healing energy to Atmakanam's intention, which is a young college-age friend of hers, has recently passed away due to some crazy violent act against him. And please send it for him, his family, his friends, and all who are affected by his passing. Allowing care and concern for each other in this world to erupt, to grow, for kindness, forgiveness to flow. Let the heart breath touch each one's heart. And now let it go out to an even wider reach as we move into this Aquarian age. So that violence and anger and who's right and who's wrong, let it go.
Siri Gian.
Let it pull back into the infinite source so that only kindness of heart and care is left.
Siri Gian.
Mm-hmm.
Could we also include 30 boys that were killed at their school in Nigeria a couple of days ago?
Of course. And now let's just do 3 longer calls for all of them. Inhale. A call. A call. Keep up the heart breath. Now, a call means undying or without death. And when you do that, it helps the person who's passed over, it helps them see the light. It gives them energy to move towards it. But of course, Yogi Bhajan told us that it takes 17 days for a person to move on because they're finishing up stuff here on the earth. So keep up your heart breath. And now send your precious heart breath to the leaders of this country, whether they be elected leaders or whether they be lobbyists. I'm sorry to say the lobbyists are primary leaders of this country and their employers. So keep up heart breath. So that each one may be touched and opened. So that their focus may be on the people, on serving the people, their kindness, their truth, their care, rather than on the money. Keep up the breath, please. And also, please send your sweetheart breath to the Middle East. And inhale. And exhale. And breathe. And breathe. And Baba Siri Chand, he says, welcome. He's like standing at the door of a very large, graceful, he says, human house. And he's welcoming us all in. He says, come in. Come in, please. Come in, please. And when you come in, it feels like a hug. It feels like he says, well, this is your home. Why wouldn't it feel like a hug? He says, you so often keep yourselves out in the dark, out in the cold, keeping yourselves separated. And then you wish and whine and pine for relationships, being covered, and so on. He says, do you know that the house, the home, is always available? It's always there. He says, but sometimes it takes a gargantuan effort on your part to realize that, to open your eyes and just make your way in. It takes no more than walking through the door. He says, but for some unlucky reason, he says, we feel that we are unworthy, that we may not have, that we are given obstructions, and that is our lot and our pain and our life that we deserve. He says, oh, my dears, you are the ones who make the crossroads. It is not us. It is you. Of course, it is in the nature of karma to do that. So there is no guilt. There is no putting down. He says, because you have followed your path over the ages. He says, but the truth is, that your own consciousness is your own savior. Breathe with that, please. Breathe with that. He says, understand that from every level. He says, every time you have a mental fight or an emotional fright or flight, he says, oh, my dears, all you have to do is be aware to walk through the door of that grand home that is yours. That is all you have to do. If you want the peace, if you want the kindness, if you want the solace. Keep up the breath, please. As you are continuing to be welcomed into the mansion of your home, it is absolutely expansive. It is absolutely kind, and the atmosphere flows with love. He says, you know all those commercials for odor, what do you call it? You know, like Glade? He says, imagine this home is filled with the pure essence of love. It's always there. It is always changing the atmosphere. It is always present. Do you see? He says you may go in, you may kick and scream, you may whatever. He says, but being in that presence of the cozy fire in the fireplace, of comfortable furniture and relaxing beyond any idea of relaxing that you may have ever known. When you go into that, allowing the experience of being home, he says that is when you have the experience that you pine for, that you plead for, that you feel that wrath has been visited upon you because you are not allowed in that home. He says the only one who is not allowing you, the only one who is not allowing you is you. Do you understand that? And when the forces come up and they appear to be against you, yet again, understand that you are not letting yourself into the presence of your own home. It is your home. It is your birthright. It is who you are. It is your natural place. Understand who is keeping you out. It is your own guilt, perhaps from some past karmic event. He says that I would like you to forgive right now, even if you don't know what it is. Keep up the heart breath. Keep up the heart breath, please. And forgive yourself deeply, meditatively, not off the top of your head. Deeply, meditatively, forgive whatever it is that is deeply holding you back from being home. And he is particularly addressing our sweet Aloha girl. Keep up. Forgive yourself deeply. Let it go. Let it go. He says, let me have it. He says, there is nothing that energizes me like eating that stuff for breakfast. Please give it to me. Don't hold back. Don't feel guilty. Don't feel worried. He says, just give it to me. He says, don't worry. Don't feel that you're at wit's end. He says, you use your breath. You use the Kriyas. You use the meditation. He says, all of you have your favorite meditation. He's asking me again to tell my favorite, which is Gobindi Mukandi. He says, wrap yourself in the blanket of kindness that comes through your breath to move through the duress of everyday life. He says, do you see, this is how you become the sacred snowplow to clear the way. You never know what huge things you're going to encounter or little bumps you might encounter. He says, just be steady in coming home. Doesn't mean you have to leave your body. So many people think they have to leave the body to come home. Oh, no. He says home is always available to you. Always. It is simply up to you. Simply up to you to be in the sweet liberation of home. He says, allow yourself to relax into the sweet liberation of home. understand who you are. He says that somebody somewhere convinced you or a previous ancestor that they were the devil, that they were the sinner, that they could never reach home, that they could never have redemption. He says, please. He says, you may not even know it. It may have happened to your ancestors, through your ancestors, and has been passed down to you. He says, please do heart breath and forgive the whole lineage. Forgive that which caused this altering perception. Keep up the breath, please. He says, all is precious. He says, even the darkness is precious. Even the darkness is precious. Keep up the breath. The darkness is simply pining to go home. The darkness is only pining for the light and for the love. He says, isn't that what you all do? In your darkest hour, don't you pine for the love and to go home? He says there is nothing that it stops you from being home other than your own habits that may have come from this life, other life, ancestors. He says, as you forgive that darkness, that fear, that worry, that expectation of punishment, which takes you straight to hell, he says, as you relax, he says, you don't have to fight anybody. All you have to do is relax, forgive, relax, and allow the love to flow. He says, and now please open the door and move into home now. Move into home now. You may see yourself doing it individually or with large groups of people, or even with your ancestors that you have just forgiven. With the people with whom you had altercations, which make you feel now that you are not worthy. Or, have not been worthy. Now you know the truth. You are worthy. No matter where you are on this, we'll call it Jacob's ladder to heaven. Doesn't matter where you are. You want to skip a bunch of rungs on that ladder? Relax. Just relax. And come home. Now, he wants me to tell you my experience on the high seas. This was Harimandir and I. Were both, we were young. We were 18. And we were on the ship coming home from Great Britain to America. There was a big storm at sea. And we were staying in the lowest level of the ship. But everybody got sick. So we had to get out and into the fresh air. So, of course, the elevators were jammed. So we had to go up the steps. And for maybe a minute, it took all of our strength to go up one step. And then, suddenly, we went up 6 steps at once. And this continued till we got out. And that's because sometimes the ship was going downwards and it was falling, and that's when we could go up real quick. And sometimes it was going up, and it made it very hard. He says, remember, this is an analogy for your path to home. That's just the way it is. Sometimes it's hard to make that step, that one step to go to home. And at some times, you just go up an amazing amount of steps. He says, if you want to stay in the consciousness of going up a flight of steps all at once, he says, you just move over to go to home, to allow yourself to be in home. Do you understand? You allow yourself to be in home. And sometimes that's very hard, as we just said, making that one step. But if you relax and are dedicated, perhaps through your mantra, through your commitment to be in the light, to your courageous allowing yourself to be free, courageous allowing yourself to be free. May sound like an oxymoron, but it's true. You allow yourself. You open yourself. You relax out of the fear. You find out from your guide, from your soul. Find out what the lesson is. It's always a lesson. You find out how to proceed. What is the best way to unlock your personal door to home? It's always waiting. It is always present. It is always present. So please don't blame it on the outside. Do not blame it on yourself. Just understand very neutrally. Being very aware. Being very careful and loving and sustaining of your preciousness, of your place in home. Keep up the breath, please. That's it. Keep up the breath. Neither space out nor wander in your thinking. Just stay present. Be at home. Be at home. Be there. Be. It's not being there. It's being here. Your home is here. Allowing yourself to be in the home of you. And drop any mental concept, any emotional concept. Say, oh, I couldn't. Drop it. Drop it now. Now is the time. That's it. Keep up your heart breath, please. And flow in that home. Don't think that you are home in a mighty fortress, therefore you can fight off the perils of life. No, you're going to stay in home as the perils of life permit their wisdom, as you permit the perils of life to present their wisdom to you. Keep up the breath. That's it. Keep up the breath. Understanding that the quietness that comes is not a fearful place to be. Sometimes we fear quiet. Sometimes it is very hard to get used to. Sometimes we feel this void is a crazy place to be. He says we only feel that because it is not natural. It has not been natural to us. We are used to the churning of the mind, the erupting of the emotions, the trying to please the culture and people who present it to us for judgment. We feel the old habits, the old emotional trances that are stuck within us. We feel their constant eruption. And if all those things are not operative for us, when we are in home, we feel like something's wrong. It is not wrong. It is what you have prayed for. It is what you have paid for over centuries. Do you understand? You finally get what you want, but be aware to not jump out because it's different. Do you understand? Do not jump out because it is different. Shout hallelujah, shout Waheguru, and love, love, love that beautiful condition. Yogi Bhajan said that when you pass out of your body at the time of your death, he says it's important that he says you have two choices. You can either choose the warm place where, for instance, you smell good food cooking, you hear the voices of people that you would like to be with. He says you have that choice, or you have the choice of the cool place. It's cool, it's sublime, it is flowing. He said, please be sure to remember, go to the cool place. You understand? Go to the cool place. Now, if you want, of course, if you want liberation, if you want home, 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 if that's what you want, please go to the cool place. He says you can make the choice. He says you can come back again and repeat it over and over. That's really up to you. He says, but if you want to be home, where you are totally fulfilled, there is no problem. There is only flowing and living the essence and the breath of love. Just choose a cool place. And Baba Siri Chand says that's exactly the choice he's asking you now to make. It does not mean that you are deserting the world. Far from it. He says you are much more united to the world when you choose home, because there are no obstructions. No obstructions of being afraid, of being hurt, of being alone, and so on. Those obstructions are gone when you move to home. Do you see? Are you feeling it now? Are you understanding it? Then as you flow with the wisdom, as you are the witness of the flow, as you act, as you are being guided from the pure consciousness that is this flow, this love, you witness the miracles of creation. You witness the healing. You witness the absence of craziness. You understand that all is given to you as a path, as Jacob's ladder, as those stairs up through that ship on high seas. Keep up the breath, please. You witness. You participate without interruption and without separation in that glorious flow that is home. And it is present for you now. It simply takes moving through the door by allowing, by relaxing, by being present, by entering the consciousness, the very sweet consciousness of all, that is neither high nor low. It simply is. God is not that great Booga Booga in the sky. Rather, God is that flow, that home that is you, when you allow the privilege of being home. Your true self, your true essence. Keep up the breath. Wrap yourself in home. Let the divinity take root in you. Let it be you. It is you. Let it consciously be you. Keep up the breath. Good. And inhale. And exhale. And breathe. And he says, now, my sweet ones, now is the time to give the gift of sharing your own experience. Now is the time to give the gift. And who can begin? Who can begin? Okay.
Aloha.
So, aloha.
Can you hear me?
Hi, sweetie.
Hi.
Yeah, we can hear you. And you're
Okay.
cold.
I know. It's been more than that. Long story. It's funny, but not so funny, that Baba pointed out my plight or my walk or whatever you want to call it. I have long conversations with him, and I feel his love. It made me cry to hear that. Prior, when we started the heart breath, all the different parts of the world, I just had to go global, because there's just a lot of pain and unconsciousness everywhere, and I felt this kind of resistance and anxiety in me. Every time I try to go a little bit bigger and be of bigger service, that feeling of like, I'm not enough for that, of course, but I'm going to have to listen to the recording again and try to do it, because I can hardly breathe, and the phone dropped 3 times. I had to come back in, but the thing about home is it's very long for me. Almost 25 years ago now, I remember writing about this and saying I just wanted that feeling, and I have no memory of feeling home. My life has not been tragedy at all. It's been, in some ways, very blessed, very smooth. But that feeling has been like the carrot on the stick, trying to help me get to something deeper and deeper. And we talked about it a few weeks ago doing that primal screen thing. And I have, I've gone through everything. I'm a rebirther, and I've gone through at least 40 rebirthings of my own. So I can connect to a lot of stuff. So I've already done all the phenomenal work, and now it's just really a deeper surrender into being at home. The closest thing I ever find to home so far has been nature. Everything in nature. I mean, I literally feel like Dr. Dolittle sometimes, because I hear the trees and I hear the animals and I connect to them in a way that it's fantastical, So I'm very blessed in a lot of ways, but that feeling of, there's nothing, literally I can joyfully say without any sadness at all that I have nothing left to give up. That's it. That I have nothing left to lose. And I've just noticed that in a very casual and in a very simple way, losing everything or not having anything, no shore space, is just, I feel like it's making me in such deep surrender that I'm finally home. I don't know how to explain that.
Wonderful.
At the same time, It's a process. It's not like I walk through the door and the birds are singing. There's a process of walking through. For me, I've never had instant anything. It's process, which is as it needs to be, because I'm impatient. So process teaches me patience. And at the very beginning, I was feeling very guilty, because the last week or so, I've been really needing to listen to the recordings. I haven't been able to be put up, and it's very humbling to see some of the intense, tragic and very oblique situations people are going through. And here I'm, feeling restless because I can't hear a recording. And then I realized, it doesn't matter how my pain gets agitated for whatever reason. It's still the same pain as every human being. I need to take it a little easier on myself, So I just wanted to say thank you, and I don't know if to feel special or feel what when Baba singles me out, but he's definitely he's my wingman. There's no question about it. I wanted to thank you too.
He says more than that. He says I've got you. He says he's giving you the Heimlich maneuver now.
Thank you.
You know what that
is? He has. Yeah. I don't know what I'm setting up. But what it is a mixed. It's not a mixed blessing. It's definitely a blessing, but it also gives me a great clear indication when there's so much help that I need to get my butt moving. Something I need to deliver, and I've been blessed to be given a connection to the earth for her healing, and then I just need to start focusing a lot on that until more gets clear to me.
There you go. He says we're doing it, dear. We're doing it together. Together.
Thank you.
Because
Thank you.
Trust me.
I do.
Let me hold you. He says, let me hold you. Bless you, dear. Thank you so much, and we're all doing heart breath for you.
Thank you. Aloha.
Yeah. Okay. And who else can share?
Siri Gian, this is Hari Munder.
Hi, dear. My shipmate.
Hi. The thing that really stood out for me in this one was your the sentence, to allow the perils of life to present their wisdom to you. And that just, I just want to put that up on the board or somewhere.
Okay. Keep going. Tell us more.
That's it.
No, tell us more, please. What does it mean? What does it mean?
It just, what it means is whatever comes is as you were saying, the lesson. There's always a lesson, allowing the lesson. And don't get all caught up in the emotional churning of the perils, but relax, find a way, relax into them to find the wisdom that they're sharing, they're giving.
That is right. And the truth is coming from your soul, from our beautiful guides, such as Baba Siri Chand, Guru Ram Das, Yogi Bhajan, Adi Shakti. If we just listen, if we poke our ear into home, which is really a dimensional condition or state of being, you can hear. You just switch. You can hear, and then you follow the instructions. It's the most extraordinary thing. And he says to tell you my most recent learning happened a month or so ago, and I may have told you about it. It is that the people who are mean to me are actually deeply wounded people who are presenting themselves to me for the sake of healing. That was a new concept to me. But it certainly turned out to be true. It certainly is. So if somebody's being mean to you, you just do heart breath. And you understand that they came to you for the sake of their healing. And at the same time, you heal yourself. So I'm glad you picked up on that, dear. That was good. Now, who else can share? Anybody else? Jerry and Juno, do you have anything to share? Hello?
I have.
Maybe not. Hi.
How you doing?
I hear two people. One is Hargobin, right?
Right.
Oh, welcome, dear. And the other one is maybe Jerry. Is that true? Or who is the lady who? Huh?
Suzanne.
Oh, Suzanne. Okay. So, Hargobin, let's take Suzanne, and then we're going to come right back to you, okay?
Okay, sure.
Okay.
Thank
Suzanne,
you,
please.
Sure, Suzanne.
I hear Aloha Girl's pain, and I think I understand it because I'm going through it myself. Mine being very physical, or I think it feels it's manifesting very physically, but the healers that I go to say it's emotional, releasing, not mine, to be released, to be let go of. And I know, once again, it's a healing crisis. I find this so bizarre. I hear that in Aloha Girl, that it's so transformational. She helps me see myself. Not for the same reasons, but just hearing her pain. And maybe that's what it takes to do the shift. That's what it takes to be able to go into the house, to be able to go into the, maybe to hear. I'm beyond the veil. Maybe you have to shift, and it hurts.
I beg your pardon?
It hurts to
shift,
right. And I don't. It manifests I'm hearing in many different ways. Mine being very physical. I guess it's just maybe a natural part of the process. I wish it was easier.
Well, it's kind of a setup.
How is that?
How is it a setup?
Yeah.
We kind of write our own script. Soul writes our own script before we come in, and then we play it. We play it whichever we want to in order to gain the wisdom and the divinity that we want. Everything is how can you say, a karmic challenge, that if you play it well, you will transform in that area. And with the transformation comes the wisdom. And it's not only, when you do that, you are not only healing yourself, but since we are all connected by this collective consciousness, you also, by healing your part on this web of consciousness, it also radiates out all over the web. Do you see?
Yes, absolutely.
Does that answer your question, dear?
Yes, thank you.
So everybody, this is a very interesting and amazing thing that, first of all, those who are conscious, those who are on this path are the pioneers, and you, by your own healing, by your own letting go, your own allowing of love, of consciousness, of wisdom, rather than, he did this and this, you're not in it when you're doing that, okay? But by your allowing, by doing your heart breath, by being consciously present in home, You are healing and by forgiving, you are not only healing yourself, but you are contributing to this transformation of humanity. Do you see? You're actually changing the vibrational structure behind creation, the vibrational matrix behind creation, or what we see happening, what we can see, hear, know in that way. Thank you, Suzanne.
Oh, thank you. I found this very healing. Very is very necessary because it gives me the a touchstone.
And that is wisdom to realize.
This is Aloha Girl.
What?
It's Aloha Girl. I got a new spiritual name now, I guess. Aloha Girl.
Yes, dear.
Yeah.
Ranbir.
I'm being asked to share that lady who just spoke.
The warrior is your spiritual name. Do you understand?
Absolutely. So it's Aloha.
Ranbir Kaur is.
Right.
Please.
Right, but it's interesting. While this was processing, like I said, I got thrown off a couple of times, came back on the call, and they were saying about identifying our true self, and that was home. And there was a moment, and I'm being asked to share this, is because we're still in the land of opposites, in the land of duality, and so the more pain we appear to be experiencing, the more it's like a breaking a boundary for more joy. But what I got is those few moments, sometimes they're minutes, sometimes they're weeks, where I'm absolutely childlike and innocent and open and loving everything, because I feel safe, like a child feels safe and loves everything, and my capacity to love has outstanded even me, because I'm just delivered and love is flowing through me, and that's the only time where I truly feel at home. And, I may be a warrior, I may be a healer and a teacher and a writer and all these things people see me as, and I know that, but the only thing of value that I have to offer is that. I mean, really deeply an ability to love. And I'm sharing this because I believe that's the gift we all have. That's my belief.
That's true. It is a good belief. Thank you for sharing that, dear. That gives us a great insight.
Right, and it's not a coincidence that I have such a connection to the word aloha, because it represents that abounded love through the breath of God. That's what it means.
That's exactly right.
Right. Thank you.
That's right. Okay, thank you, dear. Okay, Hargo Ben.
Again, I had set the intention to be here for the whole call, but I only came in about 10 minutes ago, and I thought it was really cool what you were saying, because it's what I needed to hear when you were talking about how someone is being mean and freaking out, is that they're coming to you for healing. And this was happening with a new friend last week, and I didn't understand why the guy was just going so berserk, And I was able to stay okay. I was staying, present and not reacting or anything. But it was just really good for me to hear that. So I just wanted to say thank you for that.
Oh, good. God bless you, dear.
That's a nice understanding of that now.
Yeah. And heart breath helps. And finally, when they're in a position to be hugged, that helps. So good. How's Costa Rica?
Oh, it was pretty crazy. I was going there to see if I wanted to live there, and I was like seeing it like a native. So I was like with no air conditioning and hanging with the natives and stuff. And yeah, I don't want to live there. But I mean, it's a beautiful country, but it gave me a new appreciation for America.
Oh, good.
I love the USA now.
Oh, good.
More than ever.
Wonderful. Okay, thank you, dear. And thank you, everyone, for being on this journey together. It really helps to hold hands on this journey so that we have the heart-to-heart connection with each other and also with soul and our beautiful guides like Baba Siri Chand. Okay, everybody. Now we are just going to close out this session. We're not closing the connection. I want to be very clear. We are closing out this session. So please sit straight, palms are together. Begin long, deep breathing. And inhale. May the long time sun shine upon you. All love surround you. And the pure light within you. Guide your way on. Guide your way on. Guide your way on. Inhale. And bow to your infinity, your unity, your consciousness, and be at home. All love in the divine. Bless you all, and talk to you next week, and I will do my best to get these recordings up soon. Ciao now. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.